All right, guys. There is only a handful of people that can get me to stay up to 1 in the morning to interview them. This guest joins Submission Radio for the first time. The number 3 ranked welterweight in the UFC, 18-0 with all finishes. The Nomad is in the house. The one and only Shavkat Rakhmonov. Dude, welcome to Submission Radio, man. It's great to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Listen, the pleasure is mine, man. Before we get into it, I got to ask Shavkat, what have you been up to, man? Like, we haven't really heard too much from you. What have you been up to these last few months?
Not much, I've been taking care of my injuries, and after that, I was just training, getting ready for future possible fights.
You're a bit of a mysterious figure, Shavkat. Like, fans always want to know a little bit more about you. Take me through a typical day in your life, for example. Like, what would a day in the life of Shavkat Rakhmonov look like?
Yeah, right now already started training. So like usually in the morning I have a one training session. Right now it's not a fight camp, so I just have a one session per day. But most of the like usual stuff like family stuff. I have a lot of kids, so family things and also my own personal business.
Are you a big fan of fighting? Do you like to watch the UFC? Do you have a favorite fighter that you like to watch?
Yeah, I cannot say I like watch a lot of fights. You get tired of it because you train, you we watch fights, so you don't really. I don't really watch a lot of fights. I cannot say that I have a favorite fighter, but I have some few guys that I like to watch.
Man, well, I want to get right into it with you, man. Uh, Shavkat, because obviously you have a new champion in your division. Belal Muhammad was able to beat Leon Edwards in Manchester. I got to get your reaction. What did you think of Belal's performance and I guess, what you saw from him in that championship win?
Yeah, I didn't think that Bilal would do it, but he did a great job. He performed really well, and he's a deserving champion. And right now he have one more thing to do is try to defend his belt against me. Let's see who is a better fighter, me or him.
Yeah, what do you think it is about Belal that maybe people underestimate or that they can't really quite figure out in that octagon against him?
So yeah, you can say it's a mistake of his opponents to underestimate him because he's a guy who have a clear plan for the victory. Mostly he tried to win with his wrestling, with his pressure style, and you can tell that his striking is getting along. So he have a clear game plan and the style and to force on his opponents. And we can see that he's growing with each fight. So with each fight, he's getting better.
The striking did look a lot better in that last fight. I got to ask you, like, when you think about how you and Belal match up, how does that fight play out in your mind?
Yeah, I think it will be a very competitive fight. I don't think about it as an easy fight. It's going to be a hard fight, and whoever will force his own style on his opponent, he's going to win. And even though it's not going to be easy, but I believe I'm going to be the winner at the end.
Hmm. What has the UFC actually told you about what's next?
Yeah, UFC thinks that I'm the number one contender and I should be next because there's no clear contender anyway. Uh, I got 100% finishes, all wins in UFC, so I rightfully should be next. Everyone else also very close, but I think they need one more to or couple wins to get this title shot, so I should be next.
Yeah, man. What do you make of Kamaru Usman? He's been trying to sort of insert himself a little bit into this whole title race. What do you make of that? I know you sent him a tweet just the other day.
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking about. Like, I think it's kind of shame to ask for a title shot after losing three fights straight. Like in my head, I cannot get my head around it. But yeah, that's It is what it is.
And Shavkat, in terms of timelines, man, what have you heard in terms of timelines? When would this fight with Belal happen?
Yeah, for me, I'm actually ready at any time. So before the end of the year, or whenever UFC wants to organize this fight, or whenever Bilal is ready this year, early next year, I don't care. I'm ready to win this belt and bring it back to Kazakhstan.
Hey there, all you dreamers and creamers out there in Submission Radio land. I'm going to take a quick break to shout out our sponsor, Manscaped, who has he sorted this Father's Day with all of the greatest products. And by the way, these are the two products I use on the regular. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger has me sorted every morning and as a part of everyday routine for me and a lot of my friends out there. If you guys want to try out these products, they're absolutely spectacular. 20% off and free shipping with a code word submission. The Lawnmower 5.0 is the ultimate experience when it comes to having a smooth body and smooth balls whenever you need it. Perfect for training, perfect for the bedroom, and perfect for everything in between. Make sure to jump on and check that out today. And of course, the Beard Hedger is the ultimate way to keep your beard in check. So jump on Manscaped today, 20% off and free shipping now. And don't forget, every time you purchase something from here, you support the program. Keep the lights on at Submission Radio, thanks to Manscaped. Now back to the program. I wonder, if you do end up beating Belal, who do you think your first title defense will be against in the division?
Bilmedim endi ары карай 3-4 жас жигиттер бар, баары да мыкты. Солардын ичинен бирөө деп ойлойм. Магдалена бар, Иан
Yeah, I
Гарри,
don't know. It's really hard to tell.
Тагы
There's
башкалар
few good
жакындап калды.
guys in the division
Ошондой
who are very
эле
close
Иан
to
Гарри
title
менен
shot.
Магдалена
I can say like Jack Della
экөөнүн бою
Maddalena and Ian
жасашса
Gary.
мүмкүн олорду
And
да
maybe they should fight each other, and the
жеңишке
winner should be
жетүүгө
next
мүмкүн.
for the title after me.
Yeah, man, that would be a great fight. I'd love to see that. Now, before we wrap up, we actually got a few fan questions here, Shavkat. So I'm going to jump to a couple of them. I want to jump to the first question here. It's from Mike Oxsmalls. He asks, how do you mentally focus and keep so grounded amid such high expectations? Obviously, you're a big deal in Kazakhstan and all around the world.
For me, I think it depends on the person. For each one is like how you control yourself. It's very like a individual thing. And for me, my thing is what everything possible that I can do, I'm trying to do, and then the outcome will be not in my hands only. Like I will do everything possible to get the win, and that's how I stay mentally focused. Everything's from.
Now, that's some great advice, man. And I know a lot of people out there could really take something from that. We've got another question from Menace here. He asks, if you do beat Belal and become champion, how would you feel about welcoming Islam to welterweight and defending your title against him?
Bilmedim, İslam'ın onday oyu жоқ деп ойлойм.
Yeah, I don't know if Islam have plans to go up to welterweight. He have a title defense in his own division, and after that, if he want to move up, I'm not against it. But we don't know what's gonna happen.
I got another question here from Charisma. He wants to know, would you ever go up and fight Khamzat one day if both of you guys become champions? So would Shavkat want to move up one day to middleweight and potentially fight Khamzat if he becomes champion?
Yeah. Right now, the most important thing for me is to win the belt in my division, and all my focus is on that. And in the future, if my weight will grow, and I don't care who's going to be champion in middleweight division, I could see myself possibly challenge it for it. But right now, welterweight is my division. I don't cut a lot of weight, so like I'm comfortable in welterweight, and I don't even think about going up in middleweight because, my weight have to grow just to think of it.
Көп салмакта кылмаймын. 84 кило салмакка менин салмагым жетпейт азыр танда. Бессмысленно ол бирдеңе деп айтуу қазір.
I really appreciate your time. I know you got the kids running around, so I don't want to take up much more of it. But as we wrap up, if Belal sees this interview, what is your message to him right now?
Ешқандай сөз жоқ. Айтатыным дайындал. Менен жекпе-жекке
Yeah, all I can say to Belal to get ready. You know, there's nowhere to run. You know, this fight have to happen next, and the cage will close, and we'll see who is a better man. That's it.
All right, man. Well, I really appreciate you joining me. Also, a shout out to Sayat for jumping on and doing the translation and doing such a great job as well. Guys, make sure to follow Shavkat on social media, Shavkat Rakhmonov 94 to see what happens next. And man, I really appreciate the time again. Thanks for joining me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.